Welcome back to the channel. Today, with it being the off season, I wanted to share a couple of simple ways that players can train their move away from the ball, away from the golf course, with a couple of drills that are easy to do at home. Hopefully you'll get a chance to play around with these, and I'm sure you'll find some benefit if you do so. Thanks once again for joining me. Today I'm going to share two options that you could work on away from the golf course to help you with your move away from the ball. And we're going to start off with a little band exercise that I really like because I find that you can't really mess it up. And I love exercises like that because you can share easily over video like this, and often players then can kind of pick it up quite quickly, and they're often the best ones that I like to share with players because when they get away from the coach, it doesn't really need that much refinement. So let's start off with the band exercise here, and I'm just going to drop my club on the floor for now. As I mentioned, you don't really need to always be rehearsing with a club if you're aware of the movements that you want your body to make. So with the band here, what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of tubing here that I've tied to create this. It's a pretty light intensity. You don't really need heavy bands for a lot of these exercises because you're just trying to create movement awareness. So you can see I put a twist in the band there. I put it over my back. I've kind of got it across my palm there. I'm going to go into a setup position here and push down on the band. I'm going to turn my trail hand out and make a thumb. So I'll show you that from face on. So I've pushed out. What I love about that push out move there is it really often helps players get the rib cage into a good position and the shoulders in a good position in their setup. So I'm going to turn the trail hand out, make a thumb. That helps the trail elbow sit in a really nice position. Okay, so from this position here, I'm actually going to turn my left hand so the back of my glove faces the target, and then push the outside of my trail hand here into the middle of my lead hand here. So what I'll do then in the takeaway is move the hands, almost like keeping the belly button in line with where the hands are connected. I'll feel like I'm moving the hands with my belly button. And you can see if I move into, say, halfway through backswing there and then take my grip, gets me into a really, really nice position. So one reason I really like this exercise is because it really encourages that push and pull motion that we'd want in the takeaway. It's that push-pull motion that really helps us get a good rotation through the neck and through the thoracic spine, and then that kind of spirals down and works down into the lower areas of the spine, then encouraging a good load in the hip. So the one reason I had to do it like it again is because you can't really mess it up, but also because there's so many positive gains from such a simple band exercise. So again, I'm going to put it over, push it out, turn the trail hand out. That actually sets the shoulder in a really nice position there as well. Get the hands there together and pushing the hands into each other. Feel like I'm moving them with the belly button. You'll notice how stable my lower body is as well doing this. And when I get here, a couple of checkpoints I often share with players is you want your hands in the middle of your torso and you'd want the club running somewhere through your right shoulder. So I'm sure if you were to do this, you'd get some pretty different sensations yourself there. That'd be pretty cool to get that feedback from you all, how it felt to some of the viewers. But after I've done a couple of reps there, now would be a good time you don't have to hit right away. And in fact, if you're indoors, sometimes mirror drills, sometimes just going through it is a great way to build the awareness. But as I essentially said, you can't really mess with that drill. You can make your rehearsals. As far as improvement through the off season, when you're attacking the things they feel very different, you can often feel uncomfortable with your movement, not sure how to get back to the ball. That's the time to really, really slow down your training. So if I was doing this here, and even there for me, it feels different because I often get a little handsy in my takeaway, and this really helps that settle down. I'd be going here, going really kind of slow, figuring out how I need to get to the ball and just working out and then picking up the pace when I feel it's right to do so. If you don't have a band, I want to give you just a quick other option. What you could do is you can set up allow your arms to hang, turn your trail hand out. You can still do that one, you can still do it without the band. I felt like the band added a nice little intensity though. But just here, be aware of the distance between your trail rib and your trail elbow. Make an L with your other fingers, and then we've got the thumb pointing up and turned out. We've got the elbow sitting down in towards that trail rib or the trail hip there. But what we're going to do is we're going to maintain the distance between the rib and the elbow using that L there. So we're going to turn through our back swings, and then once we get to about waist high, we can take our grip. I'll show you that from this side. So we're going to turn through our backswing. Once we get to waist high, we can take our grip, and that really sets the trail arm in a nice position, gets the rib cage rotating nice in the start of the swing. A couple of the key components to a really good move away from the ball. Yes, just the movement around the trail arm and the rib cage. Two areas that I pay a lot of attention to, that a lot of players, if they were to get really good at those two components, it would massively help their movement as they move then to the top of the backswing. So hopefully one of those connects with you. I do encourage players through the off season, you don't have to hit a ton of balls, but just neurologically start building some better, more improved movement patterns through some simple exercises like these at home.